All right, so welcome traders to my market breakdown. So today I'm going to be analyzing Euro USD. So today is Thursday, 7th May 2026. So tomorrow we have NFP news coming out, and tomorrow is NFP, right? Yeah, tomorrow is NFP. So let me first take you to Forex Factory, and I show you something. All right, so I've gone to Google, searched FX replay. Sorry, not FX replay, right? FX Factory. I'm sorry about that. So let's talk about. So today there is no news happening right now, and let me go and oh yeah, only hi. Okay. So today Thursday there is no news. However, tomorrow we're having NFP, right? Yes, tomorrow on Friday we are having a GBP, BOE. We're having the card unemployment rate and employment change, and then we're having NFP. So I'm anticipating for this news of NFP to come out high, of which it has to strengthen the dollar. That's what I'm anticipating. Please, this is for education purposes. I'm not a financial advisor. These are just my thoughts. Like, okay, it's what I'm anticipating as an individual. So this NFP, I'm hoping that it is going to come and strengthen the dollar. However, if it doesn't strengthen the dollar, it will weaken the dollar. However, it's going to be volatile. Yes, the candlestick is going to be huge. However, you may experience some rejections. So let's head over here to the trading view, and those who have found this on YouTube, you can please also follow me on my TikTok page. Yes, I use I'm good in Kakoza. Let me show you. Let me show you this. TikTok loves. Okay, this is my page. See. Okay, this is my TikTok page, right? So this is my TikTok page. TikTok is loading, right? So let's wait and see. It's loading. Okay, so this is my TikTok page. Those who want to watch my live sessions, because this is the page that I have most of my followers, right? So I post here like you know, everything about. So those who ask the broker that I use, I'm going to put the link of that broker in my description. Yes, the broker I use is the first link when you tap on my link tree link. Those who want my trade signals, for the WhatsApp group, it's for free. Those who want business with me, my free Telegram community where I share my trade setups and my free trade signals, my YouTube channel, and my Instagram, right? So let's head over back to Euro USD, okay, and we do some analysis. So you can see that Euro USD has been bearish for a very long period of time. I'm on a 6-month time frame, so you can clearly see that Euro USD has been making lower highs and lower lows, lower high, lower low. So right now we are here on the phase. So we are hoping, according to price action, that EU must keep pushing to the downside. However, price, we on the 6-month time frame. Every candlestick here, in order for it to open and close, it takes 6 months. So what does this mean? So this candlestick here, it was for last year. It was for last year. Last year? Yes. At the start of last year, it was bullish. It was a bullish engulfing candlestick, right? So even the candlestick of last year before it ended, this was the candlestick. So right now, we're in the 5th month of this year, and this is the current candlestick. It looks like a doji, right? According to the way how price must move, when you look at the candlesticks, price is expected to keep pushing up. However, on the higher time frame, looking at the market structure, on when we take a look at the external market structure, it is showing that price, this, because this one was the last lower high, this level here because price was moving lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then this is just like a pullback and price to keep on pushing down. However, price can do what it wants. Okay, so it can decide to keep on pushing up or to go down. That's why these candlesticks, they are like they have small bodies, you know, but with long wicks. So according to the way how for me I know how to read price on the lower time frames, I should be buying Eurusd. Okay, so this was our recent higher low, and this was our lower low. Sorry, this is our lower low. All right. Okay, this is our lower low. This is our lower low. This is lower high. So you're expecting price to on the with a higher time frame structure. We're expecting price to keep pushing down. We're expecting price to keep pushing down. Okay, but if I'm to trade on the lower time frames, I should consider. Okay, so now you can clear this. So let's go to the monthly time frame, right? So when come to the monthly time frame, you are going to see that price here on this origin of price to push down to break this recent lower low here, of which is like a breakout structure, right? Mean that a continuation to the downside. However, price in the internal structure, because this one is now internal structure, price made a correction, and then it's like it changed the character inside here. However, on the higher time frame, we are still anticipating to be selling more, right? So when you look at the origin of price from here, we can clearly see that this was an engulfing what? Engulfing bearish candlestick. You see, this was a bearish engulfing candlestick, and price when it came to retrace back, it tapped into it this zone, or this, some people they call them order blocks, supply and demand zones, whatever. Okay, so can you please help me put this there? All right, so you can clearly see that. But one thing that I discovered is that whenever price approaches a demand zone or supply zone, and it starts consolidating around here, that is an indication, or there is a high chance that price is going to invalidate or do not respect that zone to break it. That's what I know from my experience. So this is a tricky area or tricky zone to be trading. So if you're a patient trader, you can wait for price, but it will take time because we're on a monthly time frame. And someone like me, I'm a swing trader. However, I take intraday trades, sometimes some scalps. So I should be dealing now with with the lower time frames. So if I'm to deal with the lower time frames, which means now I'm going to start considering the internal structure. So when I look at the monthly candlesticks, I can see that price made an impulse. It's like consolidating. Let me get rid of this, right? I want this to be 10 minutes long. All right. So when I look at this, I see that price made an impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse. This was like, now last month of April, look at this candlestick and look at the candlestick of March, right? So when you go back to the candlesticks, to read candlesticks or pure price action, this candlestick pattern symbolizes that price is going to keep pushing up. You see that it's going to keep pushing up. If you know how to read pure price action, you know that let me highlight it so that you can see it. So if you know how to read price action, uh, this candlestick, this pattern, sorry, let me get rid of this. So if you know how to read price, this candlestick pattern symbolizes that this candlestick of this month is going to push up. So I think it's going to be aiming this high. Let me mark it. It's going to be aiming this high. You see? So I'm going to name this this one. This is a price potential target, right? So now I'll be anticipating to be buying up to here. Sorry, I'll be anticipating to buy here. You see, up to there on the lower time frames. So if I go to the weekly, let me get rid of this. You know, trading is so simple in such a point whereby, so now you can see here was higher high, you see, internal structure. Price was making this thing is it gives me headache. This was a breakout structure, you call them higher high. Okay, higher high. Let me just clone it. Yeah, I wanted this video to be 10 minutes, however we are another higher high. We clone again, this one a higher high, right? And then this is where I'm expecting price to come and reach. And when we can clearly see that price when it was making higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, it came down. It swept the liquidity here. It swept liquidity, right? And then you can clearly see these candlesticks. It started pushing up. So now when we go to the lower time frame, let's say the daily time frame, trading is so simple in such a point whereby when you understand price on its own, it will be easier for you to make it in trading. So if I am to mark this as my support zone, let me get rid of this. I can clearly see that price, it changed character. So after sweeping the liquidity, it came down, it changed character from here inside. You may call it this. You see, it changed character. It changed character, right? And then price pushed up. It came here on this zone here, of which it never respected it. At least I don't want this to exceed like 15 minutes. I want this to be short. I want this to be short. So you see, when price came here, it retraced, and then now we are seeing that price is pushing up. You see? So now price has made a higher high here. I hope you guys were following along, right? So this is a price potential target. So if I'm to be buying on the lower time frame, I should be targeting this zone here. However, I told you this one, but this one is very far. Price can change from here, around this area here. Price can change. It can come and it reacts from here. Anything can happen, guys and girls. So price may come and react from here. Who knows? No one knows. It may react from here and then it pushes down, right? Price may react from here and then it pushes down, but my potential target currently, it will be this area here, this level, the 1.1845. That will be my price potential target. So if I go to the lower time frame, the 4-hour time frame, wow, what a nice market structure. So you can clearly see, so if I draw support and resistance, you can see that from this side here, you can see that price has made, you see, price, it consolidated, it broke out, it retested, now it's pushing up. And then on top of that, so guys, I'm sorry about the background noise. A fighter jet is flying over, that's why you hear that sound. Okay, yes, the president of Uganda is about to swear in as a new president of Uganda, so that's why they pass on those jets, like the flying colors, right? So if we look close in the market structure, we can clearly see that here price liquidity was swept. Let me get rid of this. uh, liquidity was swept. Liquidity was swept, and then, oh guys, you see that fight again? That guy enjoys a lot. So now this one is a liquidity sweep. This one is a change of character, and now we see this high retracement, and now we see this push to the upside. So now this one, it is what? It is a break of structure. So it looks like inverted head and shoulder. This is a left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Some people, they may call it a Quasimodo. Some people, they may call it a Quasimodo because we read price. Oh guys, don't get scared. That's a fighter jet. I wish I was the one driving that. Woo! I'd be a hero. Those childhood dreams, guys. So you can clearly see that this is a Quasimodo. Those who know how to trade a Quasimodo. And if I'm to pull this Fibonacci, if I'm to use this Fibonacci from here, from this low to the up, oh guys, you can clearly see that when they pulled back, it came to this zone of 0.786, and then it pushed up. So if I would be buying, if I was to buy, I would have bought from this area around here. However, price has already impulsed. So I don't expect price to come back down here. It has to keep on pushing to target this high. So those who see it as a inverted head and shoulder, they can mark the neckline. They can mark the neckline. They can mark the neckline. So now you can clearly see that this was the left shoulder, neckline, head, neckline, right shoulder, a break and a retest, and then a push to the upside. So I can even enter from here because this is a 4-hour time frame, but the risk to reward ratio, I don't think that it will be that good, because if I'm to put it here up to here, to be giving me 1.6, that's nothing. I can't risk my money for such kind of a reward. So I can use other strategies that I combined to get a clear point where I have to enter from. So I can use honestly, this was a what? Oh my god, this video is going for like 20 minutes. So now this one, it looks like a NFVG that has been filled. It looks like an FVG that has been filled. You can see that this was an FVG. So price never came to tap on this. Guys, I'm teaching you my strategy. This is how I analyze. Yes, if you watch closely this video and you take note of everything that I talk about here, this is the way how I analyze when I'm going to trade. Yes, I'm like teaching you my strategy, or like the way how I think when I'm going to trade. Yeah, so if I was to buy on this pair, I would have bought from here. I would have set my buy limit order here, around here. I'll put my stop loss below this, so kind of like there. And then I scale my take profit to this zone here up. Yes, I will at least make almost 4%. So this is a good risk reward ratio that I can take. Yeah, so that's what I would do. But price is like moving up, and I think it will be hard for price to come back here and then to go up. Maybe it can do that, however, I don't think so. I don't think so that price may come back and tap and then it goes here. But if it may come, it may come. Because for me, the way how I trade, I have to see a breakout structure like here, this internal structure like here. Look, let's go on the 15-minute time frame. I show you something. if I'm to buy, I will buy from here, and you see price is standing back. So this, we can see that price price gave a breakout structure. Oh, it's already 20 minutes just analyzing one pair. Guys, this is an educational video. You see, this is a breakout structure, right? Price made an imbalance, and then it left an untapped in order block, and then you see this one, price has consolidated around here. So some people have bought from here. So what does this mean? These people, they are like the liquidity to the market. Some people bought from here. They bought from here. Some people have bought from here. Some people have bought from here. So this is a breakout structure. Some people have bought from here. So for me, it will be good for me to wait for price to come back, take out the people who have bought from here, take them out, and then it pushes back. I swear I'm going to put my buy limit order here. If it does so, I'll be making money. Yep. So this week so far, I've taken 2 trades, 1 break even and 1 loss. So if I'm right with my bias, I think I'm going to make the best out of this. So even here we have imbalance, but I'm not going to mind about this. For me, I'm going to, I may even scale my my stop loss to here. Yes, and I make something like 1:4. Yeah, it will be a good risk reward ratio. So that's what I wanted to share in this